Ah, hello, students. Welcome to our special classroom under the sea. My name is Mr. Gardner, as you all know, and I want to welcome you once again to our classroom. So today we're going to be talking about a reading strategy called double entry journals. But again, I did want to go over or review our last pre-reading strategy of possible sentences. Now, remember in that possible sentences, we can pair words together and we are trying to make sentences out of those vocabulary words in order to increase our understanding. So maybe we're going to pair the words evaporation and condensation, and we'll say that when water evaporates, it condenses to form a cloud. So that would be one way of using possible sentences. Now on to double entry journals. So double entry journals, as you can see from the sheet attached, has two columns. And in that first column, the student can respond to what he or she thinks is important in the text. And that's the first column of the paper. And then in the second column of the paper, the student can respond to that text. So it makes them think and express their feeling or emotion or their thoughts with regard to the text. So I think a couple of the benefits of this strategy is because it's subjective, so everyone will have something different to bring to the class. And that right there allows for the class to be brought into a larger discussion and see what all the different ideas that everybody has to bring to the class. Now, I know one way that I learn is through discussion, and I think that's a very important method of consolidating this information. So not only is the student thinking, activating that prior knowledge, but then they can bring that to the class and use it in a discussion. So again, it's expressing their thoughts or emotion in response to that text. So it encourages that critical thinking. And remember, emotion can consolidate or helps consolidate memory. So that's why I think emotion is ties into this strategy. And then, like I said, this strategy does encourage critical thinking. And again, critical thinking is also linked to memory. So when we use this strategy, we have two direct links to encourage memory. A couple of the other benefits is it improves student comprehension because they're going to talk about it in groups. They're going to activate that prior knowledge. They are critical thinking. They're expressing what they think about this text. They're increasing their use of the vocabulary and their understanding of the vocabulary. And then they have a greater content retention. And so I think this strategy is very useful. In addition, it's going to activate that prior knowledge because you're going to have to think about how to respond to this text that you're reading. So if you think one piece of text is important, you're going to need to rationalize your thinking and explain on that paper or in front of the class why you responded that way or why you thought that. And that's going to activate the prior knowledge. And again, that's going to tie your thoughts into your feelings and emotion. And again, that consolidates or helps tie your learning into memory. And lastly, it promotes collaborative learning. And we've talked quite a bit about that in Betsy's class. And collaborative learning is really helpful when just helping students work together to learn the material and collaborative. Again, we're using many different strategies. So we're helping those students that are going to learn individually by doing this double entry worksheet. And then we're going to use collaborative learning to help those students or to use that different learning strategy that students who may learn better through collaborative learning, we're helping them consolidate that knowledge as well. And then it allows for flexibility in the approach. In the approach. So teachers can use this just as a worksheet. Teachers can use this before a discussion and help lead into a discussion. This can be done verbally, just thinking about what you're talking about and then going on and saying it in front of the class. So there's just a lot of different approaches you can take to this method. Um, Other than that, I really like this strategy. I think it has a lot of benefits. Uh, Remember that we are going to have to model this unit. So just like we're talking about right now, you're going to show your students how to use it, model it for them, and then ask them to do the same thing. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than welcome to, or more than happy to answer any questions. And hope you have a great rest of your day.